I'm Dr. Tom, talking to you today about frozen shoulder. Now, frozen shoulder is one of these conditions that affects the ball and socket of our shoulder. Now, normally we can move our arm in a lot of different directions, but if the sleeve that covers the ball and socket gets tight, if it gets restricted, if you have an injury and then it heals and scars and it develops adhesions, you have a condition known as frozen shoulder. Technically, it's called adhesive capsulitis. Now, there are some clear patterns when this is a problem, and we can identify this through a physical therapy movement screen. But the people who may be more affected by a frozen shoulder from even starting is if you're a woman, if you have diabetes, and if you also had an injury to your shoulder in some sort of autoimmune condition. In fact, this presents like an orthopedic issue because there's such a restriction of movement. We can do some things non-invasively, but also invasive measures can be helpful if necessary. What we understand now is the body begins to recognize damage or injury to an area of the shoulder around the capsule, which can include the rotator cuff or a bursa, and then the body begins to fight itself, stimulating massive inflammation around the cuff that holds the sleeve, everything together. Now, the three phases of frozen shoulder include pain and losing your motion, and then your motion in stage 2 starts to completely be limited, and that's really the frozen part. This can also be painful. And then in the third stage, this is when the frozen shoulder starts to thaw out. And I mentioned these 3 stages because since this condition is considered more autoimmune than orthopedic, it can actually take up to 2 years to resolve completely on its own. In my experience, physical therapy and other type of treatments for a frozen shoulder, non-invasively, can be very helpful in reducing pain, promoting movement, mobility, and also restoring function, like reaching across your body, reaching behind your back, reaching out to the side, pushing up on your arm, things like that. So that's a little 411 on frozen shoulder. If you like that information, give me a like and comment below, and check out my website, www.mypt413.com.